There's a number of things that make a great tiny house design. There's certain functional requirements a tiny house needs, and then you've got to juxtapose all these things together to create a home. And that's what we try to do here at Aussie Tiny Houses. Hi, I'm Richard. I'm one of the designers here at Aussie Tiny Houses. I've been in the construction design industry for the last 35 years. I came to Aussie Tiny Houses about 5 years ago, and I've designed most of our models in the range.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm one of the designers here at Aussie Tiny Houses as well. I came into the business about 2 years ago now and had a really super keen interest in the tiny house movement for the last 7 years. I wasn't too sure how I wanted to finish up at university, and tinies was just a dream and an ambition that I wanted to do for my own self, and decided to apply to the company and make the move up to Queensland. From that, I've been able to follow my dream, and now I live in a tiny house as well as work for the company.
We look at every component of the tiny house and design it so it works.
There's a number of things that make a good tiny house design. Overdoing it with too many colours in a very small confined area can actually close in the space and make you feel quite claustrophobic. So keeping as much white space as possible makes such a huge difference.
We design a kitchen to make sure it works. So it's got space between the sink and the hot plate. And there's usually a space on the left-hand side of the sink so you can do dishes.
Storage is a key aspect within these tiny houses. We'll always try to optimise every little nook and cranny.
There's a fine line between having too many cupboards and not enough. So you've got to work out what the optimum requirement is and then design those things into the space so that it's seamless. Every component of our tiny houses, if we can include storage into that component, like a staircase for instance, we will do that, making the most of wasted space, so we turn it into storage. Like, we try to make these homes beautiful as well. So you walk into one of our tinies and it's a beautiful space. When you walk into a space and you actually feel something, you might not know why, but you feel it, that's architecture.
There's so many things you've got to think about when starting off a new design. We keep almost quite a blank canvas with our tiny houses. We know and we understand that each of our clients are so uniquely different that provides them the opportunity to introduce their own little aspect, their own little flair within their tiny house.
The creative process starts with a brief, and then we try to design it all into a tiny house. It's like a Rubik's Cube, plugging things in and pulling things out until you get it to work. Our designs have developed over time through customer needs, and we've been able to adapt to the changes. Back at the start, it was more about single people and couples, but now we've got families, so we need homes that can accommodate a family.
With the housing crisis that has hit dramatically since COVID, a lot of people are looking for alternative solutions to living.
A lot of people have great ideas, but the problem is combining those great ideas with the functional necessity of the tiny and getting the whole lot to work. It's all about the big picture.
A client really wanted to introduce a highlight window in a particular spot in one of our tiny houses. In my head, I'm just like, yes, no, that's a fantastic idea, sure, why not? It wasn't until I started to actually apply it in the 3D model that I realised the air conditioner unit was in the way and we couldn't relocate the air conditioner head unit.
So we can actually use the 3D model to see how aspects of the design affect each other before we go ahead and build something. And that's how we know if the design's going to work or not, because we model it up first and find all the problems before they start.
Currently, the team is still looking at new ways to improve our tiny houses, the existing range, and introducing new models.
So if you're thinking about going tiny and you want to experience the spaces, come and have a look. We'd love to show you around. We've got lots of models. You'll know when you walk into one whether it's for you or not.